Chucky. And I'm your friend to the end. Heidi fucking ho. Ah, ah, ah.
And welcome back to Chucky Queers. It's our weekly coverage of Don Mancini's sci-fi series. And I'm Joe.
And I'm Trace. And we are discussing Season 3, Episode 3, Jennifer's Body.
Of course, the Jennifer in question being Jennifer Tilly.
Yes, I feel like we will not be seeing her next week. So this is like our the equivalent of last season's Episode 4 with the Clue-style murder mystery. This is very much a catch-up episode.
Yeah, we're filling in the blanks of how Chucky got into the White House. So we're getting to see him going on like a medical investigation with Caroline. But then we're also seeing Jennifer Tilly / Tiffany go on trial in Austin, Texas.
Yes. I didn't recognize that courthouse, but
no,
yeah,
because it was probably shot here in Toronto.
Actually, full disclosure, everyone, because this is the first of the screeners we've had where we are not seeing the full finished effects. So we are seeing puppeteers in our version of this, and also a lot of the exterior shots are from stock image and film places like Getty. There was literally a Getty Images watermark on one of the things.
Yeah, I love it. I love the behind the scenes stuff. It just feels, I don't know, something so cool about it.
Yeah, but that being said, though, we're catching up with Caroline and Jennifer Tilly / Tiffany. Nica gets an appearance here. Overall thoughts, Joe? Is this an improvement over last week for you?
So initially, I was a little like, ooh, what's going on with the humor? Because the cabbie sequence when Chucky and Caroline are talking about murdering, it wasn't quite landing for me. And then it all clicked and it got really, really funny. It's a busy episode. It feels like a transition one. But yeah, overall, I had fun with this.
I agree. It does feel busy. And I feel like that is a side effect of, we only have some of these big names for an episode or two, which is really what it's starting to feel like. I mean, Jennifer Tilly's listed as a special guest star, I think, in this one. But that being said, though, it was very nice to finally see her. I am curious to find out if her being in jail is kind of her, okay, she didn't really have a lot of time for this season. So we wrote her out a bit, but she's like there for when we need her.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I'll confess, I definitely thought she was going to get off, particularly when she announces on the stand that she is in fact Tiffany and she was possessed. And even her lawyer is like, what the fuck is all of this? But yeah, she didn't get an insanity defense. So she's not going to a mental institution. She's going to die by lethal injection.
It is wild. I don't think this is actually going to happen, but it was really fun to see Tiffany get to be her like Legally Blonde.
Sure. Yeah. It's a good moment. I think Nica gets some good moments, particularly just because she's so fucking mad at her.
Oh, it's a date when she's gonna go see her at her execution. Like, absolutely. What about Caroline? Because I remember last season we ended kind of worried about actress Karina Batrick and how she was going to be able to handle kind of the darker material of what they were leading into. I actually think she was pretty good in this episode.
I think so too. Yeah, she's managed to find a good, I was going to say a good tension. She's managed to find a good balance. Yes, thank you. Between very childlike and innocent and also, barely reacting to seeing a cab driver get an umbrella shoved completely down his throat.
I mean, we should say the cab driver is also SNL's Kenan Thompson. So like, it's definitely like a cameo stunt casting kill. That kill was fantastic though. Like we're still like having a one standout kill scene in every episode this season.
Truly. Yes. And that was impressive. I will say the other sad thing about not getting to see the finished effects is that the Andy dream sequence where we see him get brutally stabbed like a bajillion times. For us, it wasn't, I don't think we saw the full effect.
No, but we do see a dummy head, which I did appreciate that we're not just doing CGI. But I'm still not a fan of these stupid fake out dream kill things. But it's cool to see. It gives Andy something to do, even though he's not actually a character like in this episode. Like we haven't seen Andy so far in real life this season. But hey, you know what? It's nice to see Alex Vincent come back.
Sure. And it was interesting because once again, the creative team threw us a gentle bone by having Andy be talking to Kyle on the phone. So that's confirmation.
Yes.
Of course, she's not actually dead.
Yes. Yeah. That's yeah. I did expect Kyle to be dead.
Sure. But you never know in this world. Like sometimes we actually do kill people and they stay dead.
Yeah. No. I just like you know what, the day that Mancini brings in De Silva from Child's Play 3 might be the day that we kill off Kyle, but
Right.
I'll wait until we see it.
Yeah, that day has not come yet.
No, it has not come. But we did have more involvement with the kids this episode. I was expecting this to be just like Jennifer Tilly, Chucky, and Caroline. So I was happy that we got to see what essentially amounted to flashbacks of them testifying at Tiffany's trial, and a fun little nod to how quote unquote grating her voice is.
How grating her voice is and how ridiculous her fashion sense is. I did also love the image of Jennifer Tilly wearing heels in jail when Lexi goes to visit her.
And I'm sure this might, because I think we have like a stock sound effect for this, but whenever Nika's on the stand, she's like, and she made me watch Liar Liar over and over again, but there's this like Foley effect from the audience. It's like,
yeah. Even Jennifer Tilly's lawyer is like, oh, I'm sure that must have been very hard for you.
And as a big Liar Liar fan, I take issue with that, but whatever. It's still fun.
Here's the thing. You have to know that Jennifer Tilly signed off on that with Don Mancini. So I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, like that goes all the way back to Seed of Chucky when we're directly just making fun of Jennifer Tilly. What do we think then about the reasoning for Chucky having to be in the White House?
Yes. Okay. So we get confirmation that he is, in fact, not just the last one, but that he is aging in his doll form. Again, we missed out on the opportunities to see the crow's feet and the withered hands on the Chucky doll. But basically, we learn that he has fallen out of favor with Damballa. So he must ritualistically sacrifice 6 people, and he needs to do it in a very dark, evil place. I did love the fact that he goes to Amityville, and that is not enough.
Also, you're leaving out the most important fact, though. The reason that Damballa is pissed off at him is because Catholicism got in the way. Because of the attempted exorcism on Chucky last season, that's what pisses off Damballa. That's why he can't like just hop into another body, which I love that he tries to hop into Caroline's body and she's like, I've already read this book. Like, I could have told you that wasn't going to work.
You could have just asked me. I'm curious, what do you think of this idea of Damballism as a religion? Because this feels like we are once again changing. Like, this to me is so classic Chucky, where it's just like, yeah, it used to just be a necklace, and now it's a whole-on religion with a deity that we need to appease.
It's it's been a while since I've seen the first Child's Play, but he has the black man who like knows about the voodoo. It seemed like it was more of a general voodoo thing, and maybe that's progress over like the past 30 years. Like, we're delving. I don't think it's real, but like we're just delving into a new religion. Honestly, I liked this, if only because it seemed like a natural progression of this story. I mean, look, we can only do the whole like Ade Due Damballa thing so many fucking times, which we have done it a lot of times.
Quite a few times. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was, a fun way to modernize this, to move away from the traditional notions of voodoo, which of course have real life practice. But even stuff like it gets us a weird Beetlejuice-esque moment where we have to go see a doctor who treats presumably supernatural related phenomenon.
I was fully expecting the doctor to be like some kind of stunt casting cameo. So I was a little bummed that he wasn't. But yeah, I like this easy breezy way of like, this is the rules. This is what you got to do. Like, we're not thinking anything of this. I did also love Chucky calling himself a dumbolic.
So silly. Yeah, just everything to do with this sequence was just like, oh, okay, what are we doing? I love it. Even
I want more in this world, though. Like, I want to see more of these people and these wackos come out.
Yeah, the woman who's like, oh, you forget one little sacrifice and it all goes to hell. And then she looks over at the guy and he's like, what's in the box?
I thought this was so much fun. And again, it's a little bit of world building that we get that we haven't seen this in this world before. But you know what? The series and the franchise as a whole have established such goodwill that we will buy this like hook, line, and sinker, like without questions asked.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all just fun. We roll with the punches. It's a good time. Even in episodes like this where as we said, I think back in episode 1 of our coverage of this season, this episode and episode 2 are flipped. So this could have been episode 2 instead of episode 3.
Right.
And I was interested, do you think that matters? Or ultimately, is this kind of like, it is just a catch-up episode?
I think what's funny is I was kind of like, this could have been episode 1, really. But
right. I thought that too.
I stand by. I think it's fine. This is episode 3. I do think if you put it between episode 1 and 2, like it was originally meant to be, it might have killed some of the momentum or the character work with the White House family, because they're not really in this episode at all until the very, very, very end.
Yeah, it's true. And even that scene seems the most superfluous, because it's like, yeah, we already know that this kid is going to pick up the Chucky doll and they're going to take it home. Even, seeing Chucky go through the metal detector and have the guard be like, "Ooh, it's so lifelike." Just like, okay.
The bones, all the bones. That was so good. But yeah, no. And so, I mean, I imagine next week is the mid-season finale. So I imagine we're going to be the Halloween party at the White House. Odds on who's gonna die?
It's a question mark. So Chucky has to kill 6 people. He's killed 3, but clearly he is hoping to finish off the 6 with Devin, Jake, and Lexi. So I have to assume it's not going to work out for him. So maybe we'll only get 1 or 2 deaths, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lose 1 of the first family. So
I was going to say the exact same thing. I feel like it's Devin Sawa. I don't think we're going to kill one of these kids yet, although maybe we will kill the older brother. I really hope we don't kill the first lady.
I love how we've developed such an affinity for her.
I just like her so much. Even like actress aside, like I do like the character.
Sure. Yeah. I'll be curious to see whether we get rid of one of them. It seems like it's the most obvious, but I would argue that we could also kill the, what is it, second in command? What is your political system made of?
President's assistant. Sure, I guess we'll call him that.
No, vice president. There we go.
The actual vice president. Maybe. I mean, he's already killed 3 people. He's killed the Secret Service agent. He's killed the woman with the letter opener, and he's killed Mrs. What's her face, this guardian, who at least does come back in this episode for like a hot second during that courtroom scene.
Yep, she is there.
Maybe that's why they were going to switch them too, so that way she's like out of the show after her death. Anyway,
maybe.
I don't know. But nevertheless, it seems like I know we were worried about it being like, oh, is it going to feel like we just end the season like because of the strikes? It does seem like this will serve as a good like mid-season finale like type of thing.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we'll get an actual cliffhanger out of this too.
Oh, I think we will. But I mean, I guess we'll find out next week at the mid-season finale. So yeah, everyone, let us know your thoughts. What did you think of Jennifer's body? Did Jennifer Tilly give you everything you were hoping for in her big return to the season? But yeah, until next week, we can cross out Jennifer's body.
Indeed. And cross out Chucky queers.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennett Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.